travel?
So people might have their travel plans disrupted over the course of the next 30 days. Alaska airline flight attendants have agreed to a strike. They've got 30 days before they decide whether or not they're going to move forward with it. They want a better contract, / really that just means they want more money. And they're out there picketing. Yesterday, you had hundreds picketing outside of Sea-Tac Airport, and by the way, 30 other airports around the country.
What do we want?
Money! No, but money. Just stop saying contract, you just want money. And that's fine, by the way. I don't begrudge anyone who wants more money. Everyone wants more money. But they're using some dishonest tactics in order to get people on their side. Because you had Cairo 7 down there yesterday talking with some of the flight attendants, and they spoke to one. Her name is Erin. And she made a claim to Cairo 7 that frankly should not have even been aired. Because there is zero chance that what she is saying is true.
We have flight attendants who are living way below the poverty level. We have flight attendants who are going without food right now.
No, you don't. No, you don't. There is no way that that is true. Not a full-time flight attendant. Don't pretend that they don't pay a decent amount of money, that you're not in a position where you can't afford food. I get Bidenomics. But there is no way that that is true. There's no way that that is true. Now, I would like to tell you what Alaska Airlines pays on average for their flight attendants, but they have some of the worst comms people in the history of comms people. All they did was give me a statement about wanting to negotiate. Yeah, I don't care. That's not what I'm interested in. But I know as a matter of fact, you're not making slave wages. They might have a bunch of totally legitimate complaints about the pay structure. I mean, they're talking about how because of some of the pay guidelines, if they're not actually in the air, if they're delayed for some reason, they're not actually getting paid. If they're stuck at an airport because a plane hasn't arrived, they're not getting paid. Like, I get that. I would be annoyed with that and ask for something else as well. But don't tell me there are people who are starving. They can't even afford to eat. That is a lie. And I don't need to be manipulated like that. And I don't like being manipulated like that. I resent that transparent manipulation. And shame on anyone who falls for this. And again, I don't even think that should have been aired. Unless you're going to tell me, did you ask for a proof of this? Tell me who's the person. I don't even need to get them on TV. I just want to talk to them and find out what's going on there. Because if they're truly in that position, it's not because of Alaska Airlines. It's because they're doing something very clearly irresponsible with their money. How much could a flight attendant, what's the lowest that they could possibly make? $50,000? The lowest of low ends? Well, no, Jason, they make $15,000 a year. Didn't you know? No, they don't. So stop it. I really can't stand that. What they're doing here is trying to manipulate you. And when someone tries to manipulate, I don't think they can be trusted. If they're gaslighting you, if they're just flat out lying, if they're holding back some of the truth, there's a reason they're doing that. It's to manipulate. And what is it that I call people insultingly almost every single day on this show? Say heroes.
Heroes.
I call people heroes, right? Because they want to tell you that they're such heroes for what it is they're doing. I now have someone who quite literally calls herself a hero because they're using the fuselage door incident to get more money.
Our leadership after that flight was very vocal about how we are heroes and how they commended our professionalism and our skills, but then they tell us that our demands are economically unfeasible. So I think if we're heroes, then we deserve a living wage.
Every day, somewhere in this nation, a flight attendant's responding to a medical emergency, possibly doing CPR and saving lives.
They're all heroes. We should put them on the list. Police officers, firefighters, teachers, doctors, nurses especially, our troops, postal workers, we added them to the list a while ago. And now flight attendants, they're heroes. First of all, don't say our professionalism saved it. You weren't on that flight. I don't think she was on that flight. And let's say we all agreed, you're all heroes. That doesn't necessarily conflate with how much money you're going to get paid, what your value is. That's just not how it works. People who are not heroes will be more valuable to insert whatever company industry you want than someone else. Is it all fair to say that a pilot should get paid more than a flight attendant? Yeah.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, is it the pilot or the flight attendant who is tending to the person who's sick on board?
The
flight attendant, certainly at first. And let's be honest, when they say we're helping, they get on the intercom. Is anyone a doctor? I mean, I suppose someone had to make that call. But a pilot is more valuable than the flight attendant. You need more skills. That's just a fact. That doesn't mean what the flight attendant does isn't important. It doesn't mean that they're not, again, it doesn't even mean that they're not worth more than what they are currently receiving. But this whole idea, well, you called us a flight attendant, we called us a hero, but we're not getting paid like heroes. What should heroes make? And, you know, let's also be clear about something. Not all of you are heroes. Not everyone is capable of handling what a small group of flight attendants were able to handle with the fuselage door going out, going kaboom. Not everyone's going to react the same way. And I see what you're doing. I see what magazine you're reading. Well, you should be getting me coffee. I'm kidding. I'm taking a flight tomorrow. Oh my God, they're going to kill me. I'm taking Delta though, so I'll be fine.